Hey guys, today is day 192 of the challenge. So, right now, today's been a stressful day. I have been debating on if I want to talk about what's been going on, but I feel like I kind of should just because, um, this is part of my journey. Good or bad, it's my process or it's what I'm dealing with, and I think I should I should share that. So there's a lot that can be said, and I'm not to keep the video short. um, there's going to be a lot of stuff that I'm going to miss and miss talking about. But if you were watching my videos back in the earlier days when I first started this whole challenge, you probably remember when I was talking about being super excited about fix and flip that I was doing in Pomona because I partnered with someone that I had met in one of my real estate clubs. So that whole project from pretty much the very beginning, I mean, there was, I haven't talked about it much lately because I kind of ended up getting over it just because um, it was just so much going on. Like every time you look, there was, pipes bursting, people breaking into the house, and just always something going on. And so that wasn't so much the problem. It was actually we ended up deciding to borrow money to finish up the project, or, to apply toward the project, I'll say. And the people that we borrowed money from, we ended up using IRA accounts, which works very differently. And we used 4 different lenders. And so we had to deal with each person separately. It was just a lot of stress and a process that I can say that I will not do again. So I've been learning throughout this entire process, but we ended up agreeing with them that we would make payments to them monthly. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to make sure that he paid, my business partner, because he's in charge of all the money and finances and everything. I'm going to make sure he remembers to pay them every single month. So I'll send him a message reminder just to remind him to pay them. So apparently, I'm skipping a whole lot here, but I ended up getting a message from one of the lenders, essentially saying, hey, I noticed that payments haven't came through. I just want to make sure this is my month to receive payments. We ended up making a separate deal with him, but it doesn't matter. Payments were supposed to be made, and he didn't receive it. So I reached out to my business partner, and there was no response from him. Next day, another lender came to me, another one of the lenders, ended up saying the same thing. Hey, I noticed that payments haven't been made. Can you give me an update on what's going on and when we can expect the payments? So I reached out to him. I think that was still no response. The third time, another lender reached out, or one of the other lenders reached out to me, and he said, hey, so, transparency is super important. I really, and when working with new relationships, we need to essentially know what's going on. So I made several attempts to reach out to my business partner and no response. So I ended up going to his wife and asking her to have him reach out to me, which he did, and told me that essentially that his the draws that he's been expecting has been delayed, and which is why payments haven't been made. And then I sent a follow-up text to him trying to get more information out of him, and no response. And so I waited the weekend out, and then no response. Called, texted, everything, no response. So I went to the lenders and said, hey, look, this is what I know as of right now. I just know that the draws haven't been received yet. And then I got another response from one of the lenders saying that we shouldn't be relying on the draws to come in, stuff like that. And I didn't know that, but he ended up, my business partner he did respond to the message and sent a couple emails, but now I feel like I have to plan for worst case scenario. So in my head, worst case scenario, everybody loses money, and then I feel obligated because, number one, this was my deal in a sense. of making this deal with the lenders, and basically using my reputation to do this deal with them. If worst case scenario were to happen, I would feel obligated to make sure that all the lenders get paid back their initial investment plus the late fees plus interest on their money. And that would cause a huge financial strain on me in getting that done. And obviously, when investing, there's a certain level of risk that you take, but when it comes to certain things, like, that's just something that I don't mess around with. And I am so frustrated because had I known about the issue that was going on, I would have came out of pocket just to pay the lenders, to be honest, had I known. But because of the lack of communication, I was not aware. And I did make some attempt to reach out to my business partner and make sure things were getting taken care of. But because he didn't share with me what was going on, it just left me in a tough spot. So needless to say, I am definitely stressed out and dealing with a lot at the moment, but I'm hoping for the best. And, at the end of the day, this is all a learning lesson for me. It might be an expensive lesson to learn, but, sometimes it takes that. But yeah, I guess, so I know the lenders definitely want to meet. So hopefully we'll be able to meet soon. But yeah, guys, we shall see what happens. This is my journey to business and entrepreneurship. I'm keeping my head up and trying not to let this bother me and affect me as best as I can. So anyway, this is my journey to business and entrepreneurship. I will see you guys tomorrow.